Kazakhstan has now officially joined the Abraham Accords, the US brokered framework that normalized ties between Israel and several Muslim majority countries. Now, the interesting part is that Kazakhstan already had full diplomatic and economic relations with Israel. So why is this a big deal? Why does joining the Abraham Accords matter if the relationship already existed? Well, the key word here is symbolism and strategy. Kazakhstan's president Kassym-Jomart Tokayev is visiting Washington and meeting President Donald Trump. This comes alongside the leaders of other Central Asian states as part of Washington's push to regain influence in a region that traditionally fell under Russia's political shadow, and more recently, China's economic sphere.
This evening, I'm also delighted to report that Kazakhstan has officially agreed, and that's official now, as of about 15 minutes ago. A tremendous country with a tremendous leader has officially joined the Abraham Accords. And I just want to thank you, Mr. President. It's a great honor. It's a tremendous honor to have you. Really great.
Central Asia today is like a geopolitical tug-of-war rope, and the United States wants back in the game. For the US, Kazakhstan joining the Accords is a diplomatic signal. Washington is still relevant in shaping alliances in the Muslim world, especially after the Gaza crisis strained West Asia's diplomatic landscape.
You are the great leader, statesman, sent by heaven to bring common sense and traditions that we all share and value back into the United States policy, either domestic or foreign. Therefore, millions of people in so many countries are so grateful to you. And I'm convinced that your wise and bold policy needs to be strongly supported worldwide.
But why would Kazakhstan sign up now? Kazakhstan has always followed a multi-vector foreign policy, basically balancing Russia, China, the West, and regional Muslim majority partners. By joining the Abraham Accords, Kazakhstan positions itself as a bridge between East and West, between Muslim states and Israel, between Washington and the region. And there's economic logic too. Israel is a tech powerhouse. Kazakhstan wants to diversify its economy beyond oil. Think agriculture technology, cybersecurity, water management, areas where Israel has serious expertise. But here's where the geopolitics gets more interesting. Trump wants to revive and expand the Abraham Accords, and this move helps him argue that his foreign policy blueprint is still alive and working, even in the middle of the Gaza war. The expansion of the Accords had been stuck since the conflict escalated. So Kazakhstan joining injects momentum. A diplomatic see, it's still happening. And yes, the bigger prize is still Saudi Arabia. Trump has repeatedly spoken optimistically about Riyadh eventually joining, but Saudi Arabia has been crystal clear. No recognition of Israel without a meaningful pathway to Palestinian statehood. So, Kazakhstan joining becomes a quiet stepping stone, not dramatic like UAE or Bahrain in 2020, but diplomatically useful. It keeps the narrative running. The Accords are expanding, not collapsing. Now let's connect this with another planned meeting. Trump is also set to meet Syria's President Ahmed al-Shara, a man once tied to Al-Qaeda and even held in US custody years ago. That meeting, paired with Kazakhstan's Accords announcement, paints a picture. Trump is trying to present himself globally as the deal maker who can reshape West and Central Asia. Whether or not that works is another debate entirely. So what does Kazakhstan gain? Stronger ties with Washington, always handy when Russia and China loom large next door. Access to Israeli technology, agriculture, medical and cybersecurity industries. A reputation boost as a diplomatic stabilizer rather than a passive observer. And what does the US gain? A foothold in Central Asia to counter China's Belt and Road. A revived narrative that the Abraham Accords are not dead, and a way to keep Saudi Arabia engaged in dialogue even if quietly. Kazakhstan joining the Abraham Accords isn't about creating ties with Israel. It's about making a geopolitical statement in a region where symbolism is strategy and timing is power. With Farhan Khan, Bureau Report, India Today Global.